Hello, I'm Tanja Sadow, Dean and founder of the Jewelry Design and Management International School. One of the questions that we get the most from our students is where can they find good quality jewelry supplies? So in this video, I'm going to share with you how and where we usually get our supplies and all our jewelry components and tools. And hopefully this is going to help those of you who are looking around for supplies so that you can help support your business. Now, there are four main ways to acquire your jewelry supplies. You could visit brick-and-mortar stores, you could be purchasing from online marketplace resellers, or shipping from large international jewelry specialty sellers, and you could be, my favorite, attending jewelry fairs. So let's look at the first one. If you're purchasing locally from brick-and-mortar stores, this actually allows you to see the quality of the products before you purchase. And you may also receive useful advice and recommendations from the store staff. I personally like to visit the stores and to see what kinds of products they have available. And you can rarely go wrong that way. I mean, it's difficult to make a mistake when you're physically there looking at the products. Here in Singapore, there are some local jewelry supply stores that are quite well established, and they have their own e-commerce websites. So if you choose to purchase from them online, then shipping will be likely a bit faster and cost less. Definitely less than from overseas, where it'll take longer. And for those of you in Singapore, we've also compiled a list of the local suppliers that we use in a comprehensive jewelry supplies online guide. And you can check that in the description in the box below. So not everybody has access to specialty jewelry supply stores in their city. And often your local jewelry supplier may not have every tool or supply everything that you need. So where else can you go? Purchasing from online marketplace resellers is one of the things that many of our students find that where they go for their supplies. And in Singapore, this includes sites like Lazada, Shopee, EasyBuy, Taobao, and even Amazon Marketplace. So it's very important to take extra care when buying from such online resellers. The most negative feedback that we hear from our students about their purchase experiences come from online sellers on, say, Carousel or platforms such as Shopee or EasyBuy Singapore. So why is it so difficult to buy there? Well, it's not the platforms that are at fault. It's just difficult to identify good sellers from bad. And you need to beware of online sellers who do not have a legitimate business or reputations to maintain. They can easily make misleading claims about either the quality or the origin of the gemstones, or they could even offer false guarantees on expensive equipment without having to suffer severe repercussions. So especially when that gem is found to be maybe treated or maybe the equipment fails. So therefore, it's crucial that you do your own research before making costly purchases from online resellers to avoid falling prey to fraud. What about shipping from large international jewelry specialty sellers? You can get a lot of interesting things this way. In our industry, it's important to look for reputable, established sellers. These larger jewelry suppliers may be more expensive due to higher product and shipping costs, but they can provide better quality control. So furthermore, they'll likely have experienced packaging and shipping, or experience in doing so safely all around the world, as well as provide very dependable guarantees and after-sales support. Another important factor to consider is continuity. If you buy supplies today and discover a winning design or a jewelry line that when you need to reproduce certain aspects working with established sellers will help ensure that you're always going to be able to get the right quality product and keep your business growing. Let me tell you about a few suppliers that we've been using for many years. My favorite is Rio Grande. They have more than 75 years in the jewelry industry, and they've become the largest wholesale distributor for jewelry supplies worldwide. They cater to jewelry manufacturers, to schools, to retailers, and to jewelers. Rio Grande supplies metals in various types. For example, gold, silver, rose gold, anything that you can imagine, they probably have it. And different forms, including wire, sheet. They also work with metal clays, as well as a huge range of tools and equipment covering different categories like metalsmithing, metal clay arts, metal wrapping, metal work in every kind, and of course lapidary arts as well. Another one is Stuller, and they were established in 1970. They're another US-based jewelry supplier that's renowned for quality material and tools, much like Rio Grande. Stuller offers a wide range of jewelry supplies, tools, and equipment, as well as one of the largest collections of genuine colored gemstones in the world. Their range of traditional jewelry supplies include more than 200,000 different items that should be able to meet the metalwork needs of everybody. Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. This is a place based in Oregon, United States, and it was founded in 1973 and has since become a reputable beading and jewelry supply company that is known worldwide and has loose gems and beads and jewelry supplies, wires, findings, settings. There's a wide selection in every category to cater to different projects and also crafting needs. It is, of course, possible to find very cheap options from China through platforms such as Taobao. However, expect difficulties in communication, especially when you order, poor quality packaging for shipments, and even poor quality control. There are excellent sellers on these platforms, but it takes trial and error to find suppliers with good quality control and reliable international delivery. Now let's talk about jewelry fairs. With the world returning to normal and travel becoming a possibility once more, one of my favorite ways to get access to the latest materials and see the trends is through the jewelry fairs. My favorite jewelry fair in this part of the world is the Hong Kong Gem and Jewelry Show. And this happens 3 to 4 times a year. And if you're looking for component parts and gems and beads, equipment, packaging, then nothing can beat the Hong Kong shows, as they've been running for more than 30 years and are very well established. They attract many reputable suppliers from the world over. With around 4 days of show exhibitions and 2 locations, one at Wan Chai Convention Center as well as the airport location, any attendees need to really plan the route in order to make the most out of the time available. This year, we're super excited because the Hong Kong Jewelry Show is actually coming to Singapore. Another excellent and most loved jewelry fair is the Tuscon Gem and Jewelry Show. This happens in Arizona in the US, and it runs every year since 1955. It's an iconic fair. It's one of the oldest known, and it attracts the best in the industry from the world over. The fair typically runs over a span of about 9 days, and whatever it is that you're searching for, it can be found there. From the smallest to the largest, the most expensive to the least, the most unusual to the most common, making this one of the most exciting shows to visit in the world. So these are just some of the suppliers that we and some of our graduates have used for our jewelry supply needs. For a detailed breakdown of suppliers across different jewelry categories like design, metalsmithing, fashion jewelry, please do check out our jeweler supplies guide, and it'll be linked in a description box below. But just knowing the right suppliers is the tip of the iceberg. That alone is not sufficient if you want to become a great jeweler or jewelry entrepreneur. You're going to still need to possess relevant knowledge in order to help you make the right purchasing choices, and equip yourself with the skills to make the best use of your jewelry supplies. So if you're looking to learn new jewelry skills or upgrade existing ones, check out the courses that we offer at jdmis.edu.sg, or if you're in Singapore, feel free to drop in and visit our campus. And if you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe and turn on your notification so that you'll know whenever we have a new video. Thank you so much for watching the video, and leave us with a comment if you have any questions about jewelry supplies, and I'll look forward to seeing you, whether in person or in the comment section. Thank you.